Ever notice how parking lots look like luxury car shows? But everyone inside the grocery store is complaining about prices? Something isn't adding up. If money could talk, most car payments would be screaming. We're living in a time where average people are driving vehicles that cost more than their entire yearly salary, and somehow calling it normal. Not rich people, not celebrities, teachers, office workers, delivery drivers, parents juggling bills. Yet new car payments have quietly turned into a second rent payment. And the scary part? Most buyers don't actually understand how they're pulling it off, or what it's costing them long term. Quick question. If a stranger asked to borrow $80,000 from you, would you say yes? Because that's basically what people are doing to themselves. Car loans used to be short. Now they stretch longer than some marriages, 6 years, 7 years, even 8. The monthly payment looks smaller, so it feels affordable. But spreading the loan out means paying thousands more in interest, while the car loses value every single day. Halfway through the loan, many people owe more than the car is worth. That's financial quicksand. Fun fact, your car depreciates faster than your phone battery, and here's where it gets wild. Someone gets tired of the car before the loan ends. They trade it in while still owing money. That leftover debt rolls into the next loan, and the next, and the next. Now they're paying for cars they don't even own anymore. It's like subscribing to a streaming service for movies you already returned. If debt were visible, some driveways would glow red. To afford the payment, people quietly shrink the rest of their life. Smaller apartment, no vacations, side jobs on weekends. Some literally use their expensive truck to work extra hours, just to pay for the truck. Transportation turns into a lifestyle tax. Imagine working overtime just to impress strangers at stoplights. The fix isn't never buy a car. It's flipping the decision process. Instead of asking, what monthly payment can I handle? Ask, how much of my future am I trading for this? A reliable used vehicle and investing the difference can build real wealth instead of destroying it. Cars should serve your life, not control it. Status fades, compounding doesn't. And your retirement account doesn't care what badge is on your grill. Here's the recap. Extended loans hide the real cost. Trade-ins trap people in rolling debt. Lifestyle sacrifices make the payment possible, but expensive. The car looks impressive. The math doesn't. If this made you rethink how car payments really work, hit subscribe. We break down money decisions nobody explains clearly. And I'm curious, would you rather drive a cheaper car and invest the difference? Or drive the dream car now? Comment your answer.